Well, hey, y'all, it's Crystal Hunsucker. Happy Magnanimous Monday, and welcome to your $1 Million Message. I'm a teeny tiny bit under the weather with just a little sinuses and allergies. Good old Dallas will go from chilly to 100 degrees in 24 hours. So, oh my goodness. But today I just wanted to share just a quick story with you just to kind of get you thinking. Per usual, my kids are teaching me more than anything I could learn anywhere else. And this last week at one of Boone's baseball games, it was Thursday night, and they were just playing so good. So first of all, he runs out of the dugout and comes and looks at me smiling and says, "I'm going to get to pitch," and kisses me on the cheek. And it was a close game, and the other team was being a little scrappy as well as their coaches. And I was like, oh, my word, he is going in to pitch a whole inning. And he had never pitched. He'd only pitched for a batter or two. So this is new for him, new kind of overcoming a fear. You know, not that he had the fear until he experienced it. And so he gets out there, and he did good. I mean, he practiced a lot better than he did in the game. But by the end of it, he had his head so low. He was completely beating himself up. He was comparing himself to others. But the most important thing that happened was I kept seeing him sit on the bench, and it was frustrating me because I'm like, go encourage your team. Like, we don't play like this. We'll talk about it after the game, but you've got to shake it off, and you've got to have the BBA, the bounce back ability. We've got to be able to learn how to bounce back. And he turned around with tears in his eyes, and he said, the way he worded it, I was confused because he said, the kids, I could hear the kids, and they were saying I was doing a bad job. And my first reaction is, were his friends, did his teammates, were they like in the infield and outfield saying he wasn't doing good? And I was like crushed. I was like, oh my word, so anyways, needless to say, once we got home and I got to sit down and talk to him, it was not the kids on his team. It was this other team that they were on the bases yelling at him. And excuse any little ears or any inappropriate, but they're yelling, "This pitcher sucks. He's awful. We're killing him." And so when we got home, he looked at me and he goes, "Mom, I was getting settled in. I was getting in the zone, and then I heard all these voices." So you know where this is going. I mean, how many times have we started getting our groove, getting in the zone, settling in, to doing activity for the momentum to be built, and we let something happen. We let the voices of other people, or the biggest voice I think that we really have to fight with is the one right between our ears and our head, and really talk to him about that he has to make a decision, that if he wants to be a pitcher, he has to find a way and a strategy to knock those voices out, to not listen to them, to make a decision, to just make a decision that those are not going to be the voices that he acts on. And it was such a great conversation, but it just reminded me how important that, are we aware of the voices in our life, and what are they speaking to us about us, whether it be as a mom, as a friend, as a sister, all of that. But then also, the voice in your own head. What are you telling yourself? And is it what God says about you? And so that's something we're working on this week, is when he can hear the voices, whether it be in his head or out in that field while he's playing ball, while you're playing ball, what's your strategy going to be? What are you going to do? I mean, are you going to be like the movie For the Love of the Game when Kevin Costner would go clear the mechanism and like everything would go silent? I mean, I don't know. Maybe we're going to think of a statement. Maybe we're going to think of a Bible verse. Maybe it's going to be an affirmation. But whatever it is, I know that as small as a baseball game playing in third grade seems, I am teaching him a life skill that he's going to carry on with him for the rest of his life. And so if you don't have this life skill down right now, It really is, the power is all in your hands to use the power that God gave you. And are you going to spiral down? Or are you going to spiral your emotions and your thoughts up? I hope this encourages you and helps you this week. I do want to say a big congratulations to everyone who finished Star Consultant. Well done. So very proud of you. Just amazing. This is such a crucial quarter to be a Star Consultant, and just know that everything that you're doing matters. You make a difference, and we are all so proud of you. Raise your hands in the air so I can bless you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine upon you. May you know that if God is for you, who can be against you? With God on your side, whom shall you fear? May you be like a tree that is planted by rivers of living water, that your leaf will not wither. And whatsoever you do, say it with me, it shall prosper. Have a magnanimous Monday.